Hey guys, it's Young Wealth. Now today we're going to talk about one of the kings of crypto, right? One of the rulers of this blockchain, which is ICP. And today I'm making a video telling you guys you should actually, not financial advice, but you should look into having ownership over 87 ICP before it's way too expensive. Now, let's just get straight into it, right? We're not even going to look at the chart too heavy, but if you want to check the weekly out, we're actually up 5%. On the monthly, we're up 21%. So things are looking very good. You can see the lows were as low as $7 this past month, right? And if you go to the yearly, I feel like we're going to blow past our local all-time high pretty soon. Now, with that being said, to actually have ownership over 87 ICP, it's going to cost you less than $800. It's going to cost you $798, guys. And we're talking about a token which is better than Ethereum in almost every facet possible. So at the end of the day, let's just look at this. This is what I'm telling you guys. You should have ownership over this because it's an internet computer protocol that is going to solve a lot of inefficiencies when it comes to IT. Just read this for a second. Transactions aren't created equal, but nothing compares to ICP transactions because nobody handles the amount of data computation that an ICP transaction handles. Hence why ICP is doing 4,000 transactions per second right now, but as compared to an Ethereum transaction, it's the same as Ethereum doing 650,000 transactions per second. What ICP does is the equivalent of Ethereum doing 650,000 transactions per second. How much transactions per second does ETH do? Let's just check TPS, okay? ETH TPS. It does an average of 15 transactions per second. Boo, boo, womp, womp. That is very, very slow. That is it's not very large, is it? That's not a major amount of transactions. Let's just be honest. ICP does 4,000, thousands percentages of more transactions a second. That's better than ETH. I'm just being honest with you guys now. I want to show you guys a graph, right? And this will open your eyes on why 87 ICP is more than what you think it is right now. I made a graph where I made the 2025 price predictions. I made the amount you're going to make off the 87 ICP. And we're going to get into it right now. You can see the initial price point to buy 87 ICP is actually $800, right? Now, at the bottom, at the first prediction, I put $50. If you have 87 ICP and it hits $50, you would have 4.3k. Okay, you have 4,330. So nothing too crazy. But when you actually understand that was only $800, when I know most of you guys are watching this video, you have way over 87 ICP. So let's just get that out of the way. That's making you feel very excited because at the end of the day, you have way more than 87. So the fact that you can make 4,000 off an $800 investment is very impressive in my opinion. Now the next target I put is 85. Now before we get to the next target, $50 is going to blow past very easily. If you're asking me, I feel like we've already reached damn near 20, so there'll be no reason why it can't blow past 50 if I'm just being honest. These are very conservative estimates and predictions, right? The next target is $85, okay? 87 ICP at a price point of $85 equals $7,395, right? That's an $800 investment. Now, $85, I think, once again, it will probably hit those ranges. And if it don't, I won't be too upset because, guys, I'm playing this for the 2029. I'm playing this for the long term. I made a video saying I'm putting $200 a month into staking with ICP. I'm just being honest. A lot of these coins might not have the big narrative yet. But ICP, when you look at its technology, it's the undisputable champion, guys. So I'm willing to wait, okay? Now, the next target, which is what everyone wants to know, can it happen or not, is $100, right? So if it goes to $100, you would have made $8,700, right, off an $800 investment. Now, $100, when we look at that, that's around a 44 billion market cap. Now, if you've been very honest with yourself, just look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin was a meme coin with no utility. It hit over, where did it hit? Okay, it hit at my level of 70 billion in market cap. So if you think that ICP cannot reach 40 billion in market cap, you need to think again because I feel like it's possible. It's very possible, depending on what the narrative is and depending if. But you have to understand it works with AI. It's working with AI, and AI is the narrative. So I don't see why we cannot hit these prices. But with that being said, if you invested $800 and it hit $100, that's $8,700, right? And if you invested had 87 ICP and it hit $150, which is probably the highest it will probably go, which is a 64 billion market cap, you'd have made $13,500. Now, this is where the video gets interesting, because you're looking at these numbers thinking that's not a lot. Well, guys, if you're playing for the long term, if you actually truly believe in crypto, it's going to amount to a lot, okay? Now, this is where I put the 85%. You can't see the dip, 85%, but I'll put 85% dip buyback, okay? Now, altcoins tend to have the hardest hits, and they usually dip 95%. So 85% is conservative, right? But let's just say from $50 or any of these price points, if it hit $50 and an 85% dip is $7.50, all of these price points is an 85% dip. If it hit $85, $12.75 is where it will be if it dips 85%, and so on, right? And that will give you an estimate of an average median of around 590 ICP if you buy at these dips. So you would go from owning 87 ICP to 590 ICP of $800. Let's just understand that for a second right now. This is where it gets interesting, because as you can see in the green text, the power of selling high and buying low. Now, as you can see, right, ICP future. My first price prediction for the ICP future, once you brought back the dips, is $100. That's the bare minimum. It's gonna blow past $100 in the second bull run, okay, in 2029. Blow past that easy, before even a halving possibly, right? You would have 59,000. Just understand that. That's $800 you invested, and you've turned it into 59,000. The next one is 150, which it will blow past that. That's 88,000, guys, at 150. I'm making the levels conservative and not too high to understand that just with $87 and a conservative prediction, you are making great money, okay? With $800, bear that in mind. So if you hit $150, you're making $88,000 back, okay? If it hit $200, which I feel like, once again, it will hit $200, that's like around an 88 billion market cap, but I don't know if it'll be higher than that because of inflation. I'm not too sure, right? But if it hits $200, just going off the circulating supply today, that's 118,000, guys, off $800. Wow, 118,000. But you just have to have patience and conviction. Now, the next one is a $270 price point. And if it hits that, you've made $159,300 off an $800 investment. And you started off at 87 ICP. It's better, I might remember that. Now, the next target is $400, which, once again, I feel like by 2029, I feel like the economy will be more welcoming to crypto on a global scale, and I feel like there'd be more adoption. So I don't see why we cannot hit $400. And if we hit $400 in the second bull run 2029, that means off your 87 ICP, you've managed to actually make $236,000 back just because you sold the tops and bought the bottoms. Now, we can't time it exactly, but you can get close to it. If you do your studies on the charts, you can get closer to knowing where the top is and where the bottoms are. So with that being said, that was what I wanted to break down in this video. I wanted to tell you guys that it's possible to make big money long term. If you don't have a lot of money, you need to be thinking, okay, how am I going to capitalize for the next bull run? If it's too late for you to get rich in this one off utility tokens because you don't have enough money, that's okay. Like, we still have time to you have time to make it right, but you have to play your cards right though. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back with more content real soon. With that being said, it's Young Wolf and I'm signing out. Peace.